Hello everyone, I'm cutting back in here and just want to show another empty block here. Here we go, there's that empty block. Most likely a Chinese miner, but the price has gone up since then. We got 80,000 transactions. I'll refresh it again just to make sure there's anything strange happening here. But there it is, empty block. Anyways, I'll cut in, cut out. We'll keep track of it. Let me see what it's starting to come down. It's beginning to be Sunday, which is Mother's Day, and it's starting to come down, but still 80,000 over the weekend. That's a lot. I have a really good feeling that this price is going to probably start going up. If that many transactions equals high demand, and so that's good news for Bitcoin. Hey everyone, I'm cutting in here, and although the mempool has gone down, it is Sunday, Mother's Day, but we still got 30,000 transactions in the mempool. Usually it's really low. It's only about 1,000 from what since I've been keeping track. But as you can see, that it is really up there. And look at this. Ampool decides to mine a partial block. So my conclusion about Ampool is either their ant miners really suck, Ampool itself as a pool sucks, or they're using ASIC boost. I don't know what seems more logical. All three, or they're using ASIC boost. Maybe all three. Who knows? Anyways, I'm gonna cut out and I'll cut back in. Wow, it's almost been a couple of years since I've been here, and they really opened this space up a lot. I probably should come here more often and get a good workout. They got more bikes, more those machines, and more weight stations. Awesome. Wow. Anyways, just wanted to check it out, see what it's all about. So, okay. I have to go through the bathroom to get to the pool, so excuse me. Anyways, oh boy. Life is good, everybody. Life is good. Anyways, I'll cut out and put this in a little bit later. Bye. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bitcoin Special Report here. It's actually going to be a Steemit update because the more and more I learn about Steemit, the more I just get more curious. Anyways, this channel here, Dollar Vigilante, which is also Jeff Burke, he's very, very famous. Had a chance to interact with Mr. Berwick, and he offered up some great intelligence on Steem and Steemit. So I'd like to thank Jeff Burwick for the information that he provided. I highly recommend that you all go to this channel and check out this video. And if you were in the chat, you experienced it all. But I was in the chat as well. Who else was there? I think Bitcoin and Coffee was there as well. So he may have been watching. So of course, people who were in the chat, you were in the chat. So it says here Steem cryptocurrency giveaway. So he was giving away cryptocurrency, $50 worth. Which would have been only worth maybe $30 if you went to the Steemit site. So I'm not sure if he's giving up $50 on the Steemit site or $50 worth of Steem. Anyways, probably $50 worth of Steem, and eventually it would have been only worth $30 on the Steemit site. So I wanted to ask some questions, and if you were on the chat, and if you were in the live chat, you saw me keep on asking those questions. It did say, Q&A on Steem and Steemit.com live stream, so I figured why not? Let's see what Jeff Berwick has to say. So the first question I asked was the Dollar Vigilante. because if I type in the dollar vigilante, I know on his end it'll come up orange highlighted, so I know he sees it. So the dollar vigilante is what I typed. Is Steemit a Ponzi or a pyramid? And I just kept putting it in there until he saw it. Of course I knew he saw it. I could almost tell by his voice he was getting agitated. But anyways, it was a Q&A, and I had a lot of Q's, not too many A's out there. But he did answer. He said it's not a Ponzi. It's not a Ponzi. My opinion on that, from what I could tell and by reading and his vocal tone and what he said, was technically Steem is not a Ponzi. Technically, by definition, it is not a Ponzi. But I would still consider it a Ponzi. All right, I would still definitely consider it a Ponzi. But it, by definition, what it really is, Steem, it is actually a pyramid. And so let me come out here and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. So just simply just go to Wikipedia, pyramid scheme, and I'll just read it here. It says, a pyramid scheme is a business model which recruits members via a promise of payments or service for enrolling others into the scheme, rather than supplying investments or sale of products and service. As recruiting multiplies, recruiting becomes quickly impossible, and most members are unable to profit. As such, pyramid schemes are unsustainable and often illegal. Well, there's a lot of similarities in what a pyramid scheme is to Steemit. And first thing you'll notice that it offers no investment, or, well, it does offer some kind of investment, the token Steem, but that's where I think it's a little bit of a Ponzi. But technically, it offers no sale of product or service. I mean, literally. And if you read this, look at this. Okay, so here's the levels, right? And I know there's no levels, but there is amount of Steem people who power up. And if you look, I mean, eventually, if you get down to 13 levels, there's this number which happens to be more than the world population. So this pyramid, anyways, let me scroll down here just a little bit more. Concept and basic models. So in a pyramid scheme, an organization compels individuals who wish to join to make payment. In exchange, the organization promises its new members a share of the money taken from every additional member that they recruit. The sharing economy, that's the sharing economy. The directors of the organization, who's at the top of the pyramid, also receive a share of these payments. For the directors, the scheme is potentially lucrative, whether or not they do any work. Sounds very very similar to Steemit. The organization's membership has a strong incentive to continue recruiting and funneling money to the top of the pyramid. Such organizations seldom involve sales or products or services with value. That is just like Steemit. Without creating any goods or services, the only revenue stream for the schemes are recruiting more members or soliciting more money from the current members. So I'm going to stop right there. I mean, you guys can go here to pyramid scheme and just read it. And here's the other thing, okay? Relationship to Ponzi. So maybe this is where I get it confused. While often confused with each other, pyramid schemes and Ponzi's are different from each other. They are related in the sense that both pyramid and Ponzi schemes are forms of financial fraud. However, pyramid schemes are based on network marketing, where each part of the pyramid takes a piece of the pie, benefits forwarding the money to the top of the pyramid. Well, Okay, so you can kind of read it. My point is, when I asked him, is Steem it a Ponzi or a pyramid? Mr. Jeff Berwick said it is not a Ponzi. So, by technical definition, he did answer correctly, but what he didn't deny was that he didn't deny Steem it was a pyramid. So that was the first question. Thank you for the intelligence. Thank you for your honesty, Mr. Berwick. The other thing I asked was the dollar vigilante. All right, where does the money come from? That was my second question I wanted to ask. And he eventually did answer. If you were in the chat and you were watching the video, you saw it. So, and which was weird because a lot of people in the chat kept saying, James, who cares where the money comes from? I mean, they're really, when I specifically asked that, I mean, they were really trying to tell me, who cares where the money comes from? Anyways, he did answer, and some of the people in the chat answered. Their answer was, the money comes from mining Steem, which doesn't make any sense to me because mining Steem generates the Steem token, and that's not where the money comes from. The money comes from the users, right? The people, the members. You're trying to get them to buy into the pyramid. I can understand why they didn't want to answer that question. But the fact that people in the chat were trying to tell me who cares where the money comes from, here's my take on it. I think that, well, the money does come from the members, from the users, and it gets funneled to the top, the people who have a lot of Steem power. But my other thing that I'm thinking is that Steemit is not only a pyramid, but it's a site where you can launder your coins. All right, so let's say you gamble or you're selling drugs on the dark net. Well, I think a good way to generate income, right, is to be on some kind of social networking platform where you get paid by other people upvoting your work. And I say that because there were so many people that were saying to me, who cares where the money comes from? Who cares where the money comes from? So I believe this Steem at the site is a form of laundering your coins. And the corporation or the functionality of probably using Shapeshift, and that's where the Steem and the Steem-backed dollars are being traded for other coins and such. So I think Steemit is being used to launder basically money as well. But that's just my guess, and you know what? I don't care. I don't. I just want to know. I just want to understand how Steemit works. That's all I want to do. So thank you for the intelligence, Mr. Berwick. I appreciate it. And then my third question was the dollar vigilante. Is Steem being pumped? And that was the critical question that I really wanted to kind of know. Is Steem being pumped? And he did answer. Took a while. Took a long time actually. But he didn't deny it, which was the weird part. You know, he talked about it and watch the video. It's 2 hours. Excuse me. It's almost 2 hours long. He was 2 minutes. Almost 2 minutes. A minute shy. A minute and 5 seconds shy of 2 hours. I was really trying to have him go for 2 hour commercial. Basically, this whole thing is a commercial. It was barely any Q&A, barely any, barely any answers, very little question taking. It was like a 2 hour infomercial, or basically 2 hour commercial, the longest commercial I've ever seen. But basically, I asked if Steemit was being pumped, and he didn't deny it. He just talked about pump and dumps. He was just talking about pump and dumps. So I do believe Steem is being pumped. Maybe even worse, manipulated. I think there is an article on Steemit, the site, that specifically talks about how the price is being manipulated. In other words, the Steem tokens are how can I say this? The money is being taken, right, by Steemit Inc. to purchase more tokens, and then they generate the tokens on the Steem site to give to their users. This is not making any sense, and I'm gonna have to say, I don't know. The fact that you have to have a 2-hour commercial to pump a coin, I don't know. I think it might be on its last legs. This last push up really doesn't make any sense. The price going up. From what I understand, the site is also losing a lot of members. Like, people are leaving Steemit. So I don't think there's anything left there except for the top of the pyramid. So when you become the top of the pyramid, guess what? This, like, nice little top of the pyramid, all of a sudden you're at the bottom of the pyramid. You're paying up to the 1% people, the 6 people on top. So I think that's the reason why you're seeing a big push for Steem and the rising price of Steem. The people on top obviously are putting more money into Steem to attract a lot of new members. That's just my opinion. Anyways, go check out the video. Another weird thing he does, which kind of caught my attention, and it may be nothing, but he got up and he went out in the balcony, and you could see him wearing shorts. I've never seen him do that. I've watched him before. I've never seen him do that. It's almost like he was subconsciously saying, "Okay, you got me with my pants down." It almost seems that way. And he seemed he kind of acted a little irrational at times, just really strange. But I don't know. Maybe it's my imagination. Anyways, go ahead and watch the video. I definitely enjoyed being in the live chat. I enjoyed watching the whole thing. I kept watching the whole thing. It was really fun for me to watch, and I think it'll be fun for all of you to watch. So that's the Bitcoin special report, 02 Steemit update. Oh yeah, I also have a treasure hunt. So let me pause and get to the treasure hunt. Okay, hold on. Alright, I'm cutting in, and here's what I'm going to do. Okay, this is the treasure hunt. Alright, that's the prize there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give the clues all the way up to almost the last clue, and then I'm going to take away because I don't want to do these transactions all the time. So basically, you have the opportunity to win $25. Well, it was $25, but maybe price will go back up and it'll be $30. But you have the chance and opportunity to win this amount all the way up to the last portion of the clue. So basically right before I feed you the whole passcode, I'm going to take away, the amount, leaving only maybe about $2.50, only $2.50. So that way you get something for watching, for participating or attempting. But until then, you can win the whole $25. All the Bitcoin can be yours if you can crack the code. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. And so there we go. Okay. So if you go to Ozzy, the BS filter, and you watch his videos, and the clues are in his videos. All right. So let me see, the clue for this episode, okay, the clue for this episode is what precious metal does Ozzy the BS Filter own? What precious metal does he own? He talks about it. He says he owns it. What precious metal? All right. And so that's the clue for this episode. And you know, let me see here. I think all the in this episode, all the words are put together, so there's no space. So, but the precious metal is all lowercase. Okay, so no upper cases in there. So that's it for this episode. And here is the amount of bitcoins you could win. Let me see here. There you go. There's the amount of bitcoins you could win, which is valued at this much right now. That's all yours. And then, so here's the private key. Here's the private key. All right. There you go. Go ahead and scan it. That's the private key. And if you can figure out the rest of the passcode, the last clue was from the previous episode, so you probably want to go back on the previous episode. So there you go. I think this concludes this episode. So feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, or even do a video response. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye.